When most people hear the words instrumental music, they instantly stop listening. Words like Bach or symphony come to mind. But there's something most people don't even realize about instrumental music. Almost everyone has watched a movie or a hit TV show. Many of you probably know the Star Wars theme, Pirates of the Caribbean theme, or other movie themes, and you're probably playing them back in your head right now. Well, that's instrumental music. I've been interested in all music since I was born, but since I was about 3 or 4 years old, I've been interested in instrumental music. I believe that this makes me credible to speak about instrumental music, along with being involved in a school band for 7 years. My interest in understanding began from a very, very young age. This led me to join my school band and to enhance my understanding of the genre. It taught me that pretty much everyone in the world is affected by instrumental music. Even if they don't realize it, they are subconsciously affected. At this point, you may be wondering, what sparked my interest in instrumental music? Well, my interest in all music was built as I was growing up. I was always surrounded by it. But my main interest in instrumental music came during one specific event. As a child, you would think that music was just background noise or nursery rhymes, but in my family, it was a part of my life. They always had music on in the background, stuff from Aerosmith all the way down to Beethoven. When I was about 4 years old, I was sitting on the couch with my dad. We were watching some sort of orchestra on TV. As the music played, I was moved, and as a 4-year-old, I looked up to my mom, who had just walked in, and I asked, "Mommy, why are the violins crying?" And as a 4-year-old, she never thought in a million years that would come out of my mouth. She just answered with, "They aren't crying. They're just telling a story with the music." How at a young age did I come up with crying violins? Well, the sound of a violin resembles the cry. Although I was young, there are multiple studies that show even infants can sense emotion. BYU psychology professor Ross Floam says one of the first things babies understand is emotion. My school performance and ability to comprehend were always a little higher than those my age, but once I started band, it only got better. I didn't think that it had anything to do with my intelligence in elementary school, but as little as 4 years of music lessons were found to improve certain brain functions, even after being tested 40 years later. When I began middle school, my grades skyrocketed, and that was because I was playing an instrument every day, which was increasing my ability to learn by engaging both sides of my brain. My favorite thing that was affected, though, was my understanding behind why certain sounds make me feel different emotions. Once I entered high school, little ditties from middle school were nothing compared to the deep, meaningful pieces that I got to tell with my French horn. I was given the responsibility to express someone else's story with the sound on my instrument. But my favorite was a song called O Magnum Mysterium. This piece was the turning point and peak of my band career. To me, this song wasn't sad. It tells the story of someone who was put down so many times, and they kept going. They would get close, and then someone would try to push them back down. They would fight even harder to get back, and eventually they reached their goal and they stood stronger than ever before. And at the end, it's them reflecting on all the obstacles they had to pass, and they finally get their peace. Once I began my high school band career, and I finally understood the effects music had on my life, I understood the effects it had on everyone else's. Every day, millions of Americans watch TV or movies. They laugh, they cry, they feel all the feels. But why? Many of you don't even realize it. The reasons you're feeling for the characters is because of the background music playing in the scene. You may say, "I don't listen to music. I don't even notice music. How does it affect me?" Well, you see, according to Joel Dweck, when it comes to emotions, human beings are more music-driven than they are visual-driven. What that means is the mind will see something happening two ways, but when you add music, it'll give you the emotion you're meant to feel. Instrumental music is used everywhere to help and control the Public's emotions, from public restrooms and stores and yes, even dreaded elevator music. Music is usually instrumental. It's in a major key and it will help attempt to calm you down, putting you in a happier mood subconsciously. Something I learned from my band teacher, Eric Swanson, who has a PhD in music theory. Star Wars is very recognizable, but it also means something. Each main character has a theme, just a short little melody written for that character. For example, it'll play certain melodies foreshadowing an upcoming event. Star Wars is a franchise, and John Williams is a legend in the film world. That world connects the whole general US population together in a way that nothing else can. I believe that instrumental music expresses feelings and stories that cannot be put into words. Since I was very young, my understanding and interest has flourished. I began playing in school band in 6th grade. My life has changed in so many amazing ways, and I have learned that instrumental music affects everyone. Instrumental music is not just classical Bach, Beethoven stuff. It's the backbone of your everyday life. There is more to music than just notes. It is in everyone, and it provides you with a connection to everyone around you. So, how does instrumental music affect your day-to-day life?